What is happening, sports fans, and welcome back to the Roger Report. The news cycle is absolutely exploding, and we've got the unmissable updates you need to know to stay ahead of the game. From jaw-dropping moments on the court to critical roster decisions, the drama is unfolding fast. Get ready, because we're diving deep into the stories that have everyone talking. Let's get into it. First up, a legendary player makes a hilarious, unexpected appearance that's got the internet buzzing. This isn't just a moment. It's a meme in the making, a true display of personality that proves, even off the court, the game is always on. You won't believe the face she pulled. Next, we're dissecting the high-stakes decisions facing a top WNBA team. With key players sidelined and playoff hopes on the line, a critical roster choice looms. This is about strategy, talent, and the tough calls that define a championship run. Who stays and who goes? Then, the scoreboard tells one story, but the real narrative is in the unanswered questions surrounding a major team's playoff push. We're breaking down the performance, the standings, and the lingering uncertainties that could shape their entire season. What does it all mean for their postseason dreams? Finally, a heartwarming display of sportsmanship off the court is making waves. It's a powerful reminder of the impact athletes can have beyond the final buzzer, showing kindness and connection in a way that truly resonates. This is feel-good content at its finest. Don't miss a single second. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Roger Report, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the know. Iconic prankster alert. Even when sidelined by injury, some athletes find a way to steal the spotlight, and Caitlin Clark is no exception. While the Indiana Fever faced a tough loss on Sunday night, Clark, unfortunately unable to play due to a groin injury that has kept her out for an extended period, managed to create a moment that has the internet in stitches. The star player was in attendance at the Chase Center to support her team, the Fever, during their game against the Golden State Valkyries. Although the team ultimately fell 75-63, the post-game atmosphere provided a much-needed lighter moment, thanks to Clark's playful antics. Clark was joined by former Iowa teammates Gabby Marshall and Jada Gyamfi. The trio decided to capture some memories on the court after the game, posing for photos. It was during one of these photo sessions that Clark decided to unleash her inner comedian. In a move that has since gone viral, Clark executed a perfectly timed and hilariously creepy photobomb behind Marshall and Gyamfi. The facial expression she made, a wide-eyed, slightly contorted grimace, was pure gold, transforming a simple photo op into a memorable, meme-worthy event. The image, shared widely across social media, has been met with widespread amusement and appreciation for Clark's ability to keep spirits high despite her own physical setbacks. This moment comes at a critical juncture for the Indiana Fever. With only 4 games remaining in the regular season, the team is in a tight race for the 8th and final playoff spot. Clark's absence since mid-July due to her groin injury has been a significant challenge. However, seeing her engage in lighthearted fun like this, especially with former teammates, demonstrates her resilience and positive attitude. It's a reminder that even amidst the pressures of professional sports and recovery, maintaining a sense of humor and connection is vital. Fans and analysts alike have lauded the photobomb as a sign of Clark's engaging personality and her ability to connect with those around her, even when she can't be on the court. But is this playful spirit enough to distract from the tough decisions looming for the Fever? We'll break down the critical roster, changes the team is facing as the playoffs approach. Roster crossroads ahead. The Indiana Fever are navigating a complex period, balancing their pursuit of a WNBA playoff spot with significant roster challenges exacerbated by injuries and player acquisitions. With Caitlin Clark still sidelined due to a groin injury, the team has been forced to adapt, signing players on short-term and rest-of-season contracts to fill the gaps. This situation has created a potential roster crunch, especially if Clark makes a return before the end of the regular season. The team recently announced the signing of Odyssey Sims to a rest-of-season contract. Additionally, Shea Petty and Aerial Powers were brought in on 7-day contracts due to financial difficulties. These signings, while necessary for immediate roster depth, present a difficult decision-making scenario for the Fever's management. Currently holding the 8th seed in the WNBA standings with just 4 games left, the Fever are in contention for the postseason. However, their playoff eligibility is closely tied to their ability to manage their roster under the league's rules. Several players are already ruled out for the season, including Sydney Carlson, Ari McDonald, and Sophie Cunningham. The prolonged absence of Caitlin Clark and Chloe Bibby's knee injury further strain the team's available personnel. The core issue arises if Clark returns to play before the regular season concludes. Under WNBA rules, teams can only utilize a hardship exemption for a limited period. If Clark is activated, and the team has signed additional players beyond the standard roster limit, difficult choices must be made. The most likely scenario involves releasing one of the players signed under hardship contracts to make space for Clark's return. Sources suggest the team will likely have to choose between Petty and Powers, as Sims' contract situation might allow her to remain eligible for the playoffs due to specific exemption clauses. The Indiana Fever are currently 21-19 on the season and are fighting to maintain their playoff position. Their remaining schedule includes matchups against the Phoenix Mercury, Chicago Sky, Washington Mystics, and Minnesota Lynx. The outcome of these games, coupled with Clark's recovery progress, will determine their final seeding and playoff readiness. The team's performance has been a mix of resilience and struggle in Clark's absence, with other key players like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell shouldering significant responsibility. The potential return of Clark could provide a much-needed boost, but it also introduces a layer of complexity regarding roster composition that the team must carefully manage. But beyond the roster moves, how is the team performing on the court, and what does it mean for their playoff seeding? We're diving into the latest game results and what they signal for the Fever's postseason hopes. Playoff picture unclear. The Indiana Fever experienced a challenging night on Sunday, falling to the Golden State Valkyries with a final score of 75-63. This loss, compounded by issues like malfunctioning shot clocks and the Valkyries' exceptional three-point shooting, 63.2%, compared to the Fever's struggles from beyond the arc, 20%, has raised more questions than answers for the team as the regular season winds down. Despite the defeat, the Fever's playoff aspirations remain largely intact. According to reports, the Fever entered the game with a magic number of 3, meaning they needed just 3 more wins or losses by their closest competitors to secure a playoff spot. Their earlier win against the Los Angeles Sparks was crucial in building this buffer. With the Sparks trailing by 2 games, it remains unlikely that Indiana will be completely eliminated from postseason contention. However, the team's current 8th place standing means they are on a collision course with the league's top team, the Minnesota Lynx, should they make the playoffs. This emphasizes the importance of securing wins in their remaining 4 games to improve their seeding and potentially secure a more favorable first-round matchup. The Fever's schedule includes games against Phoenix, Chicago, Washington, and Minnesota. Their current record stands at 21-19, and their recent performance has been inconsistent, hovering around .500 in their last 6 outings. This inconsistency, coupled with the uncertainty surrounding Caitlin Clark's return, makes predicting their playoff trajectory difficult. Coach Stephanie White has outlined specific criteria for Clark's return, emphasizing the need for her to build endurance and be able to handle in-game contact without regression. While Clark has been seen participating in shoot-arounds, there has been no definitive update on her progress towards meeting these benchmarks. The team's other key players, including Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell, have been working hard to carry the load in Clark's absence. However, the recent loss highlighted the team's struggles when key offensive players are contained. The uncertainty surrounding Clark's return date and the team's roster composition adds another layer of complexity. Will Clark be back in time to integrate into the team before the playoffs? If so, how will the roster be adjusted? These are the critical questions that loom over the Fever as they push for a postseason berth. The team's ability to navigate these challenges, both on and off the court, will ultimately determine the success of their season. While the team grapples with playoff seeding and roster decisions, a heartwarming moment off the court is capturing attention. We're looking at a special interaction that highlights the impact of athletes beyond the game itself. Heartwarming connection. Caitlin Clark, despite being sidelined with a groin injury for her 18th consecutive game, continues to make a significant impact on her Indiana Fever teammates and the wider basketball community. While unable to contribute on the court during the Fever's recent 75-63 loss to the Golden State Valkyries, Clark demonstrated her commitment to her team and her positive influence off the court. During the event at Chase Center, Clark made a special effort to connect with the AAU team of her teammate Ari McDonald. McDonald herself is out for the season after breaking a bone in her right foot in early August. The young players from McDonald's Sacramento-based team were thrilled to meet the WNBA star. Clark posed for a group photo with the excited girls, many of whom appeared starstruck by the encounter. The moment was captured and shared, showcasing Clark's genuine interaction with the aspiring young athletes. Ari McDonald reposted a video of the meeting on her Instagram stories, expressing her gratitude. She wrote, "Thank you at Caitlin Clark for making my girls' night. Bummed I couldn't be there, but SO to my teammates for taking a picture with my AO team." This gesture highlights the strong camaraderie within the Fever team, even when players are dealing with their own challenges, like McDonald's season-ending injury. Prior to her injury, McDonald had been an important player for the Fever, averaging 9.8 points and 4.7 assists per game, stepping up significantly in Clark's absence. The Fever's recent performance has been a mixed bag. They suffered their first season sweep against Golden State, bringing their record to 21-18. This has caused them to slip to 8th place in the WNBA standings, intensifying the race for a playoff spot against teams like the Valkyries, Seattle Storm, and Los Angeles Sparks. The team's ability to secure a playoff berth is crucial, but the focus remains on managing player health and roster stability. Clark's own recovery process is a key storyline, with her return date still uncertain, adding another layer of anticipation for the Fever's postseason run. This interaction with McDonald's AAU team is a powerful example of Clark's role as a mentor and inspiration. It underscores the positive influence athletes can have on younger generations, fostering a sense of community and shared passion for the sport. Even without playing, Clark's presence and actions resonate deeply, reinforcing her status as a beloved figure in the basketball world. But as the season winds down, the focus shifts back to the court and the critical decisions the Fever must make. We'll recap the biggest stories and tell you what's next for the league. And that's a wrap on another action-packed episode of the Roger Report. We saw Caitlin Clark's hilarious photobomb, dissected the tough roster decisions facing the Indiana Fever, analyzed their playoff push after a tough loss, and celebrated a heartwarming moment of connection off the court. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for all your breaking sports news, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Plus, let us know your thoughts in the comments below and follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.